Hi, my name is Ahlstedt, and I will be talking about precision scheduled railroading, or as I will be calling it, PSR. Before I can do that, I have to talk about the incident. The incident was a train derailment on February 3rd of this year. The train, which was run by Norfolk Southern, derailed 50 of its cars, 5 of which contained the chemical liquid vinyl chloride, which is highly flammable and used to create PVC pipes. The aftermath. An immediate 2-mile evacuation order was put into place, and this affected around 1,000 people. The evacuation lasted 5 days, and residents... Did I even mention the city? Hi, my name is Ahlstedt, and I will be talking about precision scheduled railroading, or as I will be calling it, PSR. But before I can do that, I have to talk about the incident. The incident was a train derailment outside East Palestine, Ohio on February 3rd of this year. In total, 50 train cars derailed, 5 of which contained the highly flammable chemical liquid vinyl chloride, which is used in the manufacturing of PVC pipe. In the immediate aftermath, a 2-mile evacuation order was put into place, affecting around 1,000 residents of the village. The evacuation lasted 5 days, even though it was initially only supposed to last 2 days, and residents still report adverse health impacts over 30 days after the derailment. In addition, a study by the EPA determines that 43,000 fish died in the surrounding area immediately following the derailment due to vinyl chloride leaking into the local streams. The Railway Workers Union said that the root cause of this wreck are the same ones that have been singled out repeatedly, associated with hedge funds initiated operating model known as precision scheduled railroading, PSR. Norfolk Southern said, "From the beginning we have been guided by one principle. We are going to do whatever it takes to make it right for East Palestine and the surrounding areas." Now let's talk about the practices of PSR. The question going was what are the long and short-term impacts that PSR models have on workers, community members, and the environment, and should it be regulated? PSR is a collection of methods used by the Big Four railroad companies to save on cost and manpower. These methods include widespread layoffs in maintenance and safety sectors, as well as calculating the maximum amount of hazardous materials that can be put onto a train before governmental policies apply. In the past 8 years, there have been over 50,000 rail jobs lost to a total of 144,000 rail jobs left in America today. Rail jobs peaked in the 80s at around 600,000, which coincides with the implementation of PSR. There were 8,000 jobs lost in train maintenance in the past 8 years, which marks a 30% decrease, and 10,000 on-train worker jobs were lost, which marks a 20% decrease in the past 8 years. In addition to loss of jobs, there's also a lack of fail-safes. The only fail-safe that could have prevented this crash was a spark detector a couple miles outside of East Palestine that failed to report to the on-train workers that there were sparks emitting from the axle and brakes. The outdated brakes have not been replaced by new ECP brakes, which recent laws have been applied to specific types of trains. Speaking of the laws, let's talk about them. Regulation has been introduced throughout the 2000s in reaction to a number of crashes and derailments. New braking systems were mandated to be implemented for high-hazard trains by 2023. However, the definition of high-hazard trains was 70 train cars containing Class 3 flammable liquids. Not only is vinyl chloride not considered a Class 3 flammable liquid, but also there was not enough train cars to reach the minimum amount needed to be forced to implement the new braking systems. Therefore, these new laws did not affect the derailment. In conclusion, the PSR models are harmful to workers, the community, and the environment. And And as far as steps go from here, there's not a lot that the everyday person can do. These big four rail companies are heavy lobbyers in Congress, and they have kept regulation from moving forward through the government for the past 20 years. That being said, this is Alan Shaw, CEO of Norfolk Southern, home address, and personal phone number. And in case you were wondering how to make a Molotov cocktail, you can take a large empty glass bottle, fill it with some Class 3 flammable liquid, plug top with rag or other incendiary material, and when desired, light material and throw at a target. Thank you for watching.